Welcome to a new episode of I Know Jax, the local show where I talk about great local places to eat, drink local craft beer, and fun local happenings. Plus, I also do stories about local businesses. If you like stuff like that, then sign up for the Insider at iknowjax.com. I Know Jax. Eat local, drink local, and be local. I love spring. It's my favorite time of the year. Well, there is one small problem: pollen. But other than that, I love the weather. Not too hot and not too cold, just about right, and I don't even mind the April showers. In today's episode, we're going to start by visiting a restaurant in Avondale. Take a look. Today I'm down in Avondale checking out South Kitchen and Spirits. So I'm back in the kitchen with Brian, and he's going to be making chicken and rabbit.
Chicken and rabbit casserole, you got it.
Casserole, yeah. Sounds awesome. Sounds very southern. Very southern,
but actually inspired by a French dish called cassoulet, which is kind of the same combination, different braised meats, slow-cooked beans, that sort of thing.
More peasant food, I love it.
Yeah, exactly. What we're going to start the dish with is some locally raised rabbit sausage.
Awesome.
We get this from a local vendor, Saturwa Trading. Rabbits are raised, and they make the sausage down in Branford, Florida.
Those guys are cool too. They got the truck that goes around.
Yeah, exactly. Mobile, kind of a mobile farmers market thing.
I like it.
All kinds of local products. We've got some local sirloin we got from them right now. We're doing a chicken fried steak out of.
Awesome.
And lots of other cool stuff. Wainwright dairy cheeses we use from them.
Yeah.
And this is basically our braised white beans. We've got slow cooked. We got whole garlic cloves in here, braised in olive oil. Just a bunch of seasonings.
That's some goodness right there.
Add those in. Tons of flavor in those already. Same thing with the collard greens. Already tons of flavor in there. We cook those in a pressure cooker.
With some bacon, I see.
Yep. Oh yeah. Plenty. You got to have bacon in your collard greens. Collards are one of those things, though. I think you got to stick with the tradition of collard greens and cook them with some pork.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice skin on those.
Yeah, skin's nice and crispy.
That's sizzling up.
That meat's
heck yeah,
meltingly tender inside. Got to be careful not to have them fall apart on you as you transfer them to the plate. They're so tender. Just gently arrange those, and there we have it.
So with our new menu here at South Kitchen, we decided to keep it classic and go with some variations of old fashioned. So for this one, we're going to use the barrel-aged gin from Manifest, another local distiller. We support as many local distilleries as possible.
So what made you choose the barrel-aged?
Because old fashions are so complementary to bourbon cocktails. So we do a barrel-aged tequila, old fashioned as well.
Sure.
Then we add some extra barrel-aged bitters to it. Just a little dash of house-made cherry syrup. Love that sound. Nice big cube.
Isn't that beautiful?
Good traditional garnish of an orange peel and a cherry. There you go. Barrel-aged gin with Manifest.
South Kitchen's got stuff that's not just your typical southern fare. We got pickled shrimp ceviche with a little spice to it. We got the rabbit and chicken that Brian made for me in the kitchen. And we got chocolate chess pie. And then of course we've got the great cocktails that Gray made for us with the old fashioned and the Moscow Mule. I look forward to seeing you guys out at South Kitchen. I loved the food. It was very tasty. Now when you go and visit one of the restaurants you've heard about through I Know Jax, please make sure to let them know that you found out about them from me. It really helps when you do. Next, we're going to talk about my top 5 upcoming events. Hey, it's Joe from I Know Jax, and I'm going to share my top 5 things to do in the greater Jacksonville area. Number 5 is the Peter Cottontail Express. This is a fun event for the whole family. Take a day trip to St. Mary's, Georgia, then board a fun train ride where you get to rub elbows with fun costumed characters, and then the train stops at Peter's cottage. And Peter Cottontail himself jumps on board. Afterward, there's an egg hunt at the train station. Plus, you can check out the waterfront park in St. Mary's, Orange Hall, and much more. St. Mary's is only 45 minutes north of Jacksonville. The Peter Cottontail Express takes place April 13th and April 20th. Get your tickets at stmarysrailroad.com. Number 4 is the Hemming Park Spring Fest. Here's another event that's fun for the whole family. It's the Hemming Park Spring Festival. My information tells me that they'll have a plant sale and gardening demonstrations, aerial arts, kids crafts, and animal encounters in the fairy garden. There's a magician, food trucks, and can even get a swing dance lesson. Could be fun, right? That's at Hemming Park on Saturday, April 13th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Number 3 is Never Quit. This event seems to get bigger and bigger every year, and this is the 11th year for this event in Jax Beach with a 10K and 5K and much more. Check out their website for the complete program. Never Quit takes place Saturday, April 13th. Number 2 is Kiss. The Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Kiss have released 44 albums and sold more than 100 million records worldwide. So no matter what you think about their makeup, this is a legendary band, and they're coming to Jacksonville for the End of the World tour. Kiss is playing at the Veterans Memorial Arena on Friday, April 12th. Number 1 is the Jacksonville Sharks' first home game. That's on Saturday, April 13th, starting at 7 p.m. The Sharks are facing the New York streets, and it's also Kiss night. Kiss are having their concert at the Veterans Memorial Arena the night before. Remember number 2? So Kiss theme night is of course appropriate. Jacksonville Sharks are playing the New York streets at the arena April 13th. That's my top 5 list for this time. What are you looking forward to? Let me know on my website at iknowjax.com, and for more details on these and other events, check out my post with the clever name, Fun Things to Do in April. I Know Jax is what I call a mom and pop TV show. We have 2 people on staff, myself and Suzanne, my wife. Now, neither one of us receive pay from a big media company. Instead, we have sponsors who support the show. Many of our sponsors have been working with us almost since the very start. We started the TV show over 7 years ago. I know, it's been a long time. This is probably why I love to go out and talk to local restaurants and breweries. I enjoy meeting local business owners because we share similar war stories. Every week I take a look at what's going on when it comes to craft beer events. I know you're anxiously awaiting for me to tell you what beer I'm drinking, so I will. I'm having a Juan Mas Chili Jesus from Evil Twin Brewing. First up, it's definitely time to celebrate spring. To me, it feels like we've had a long period of rain and gray, so I'm up for any kind of spring celebration. On Saturday, April 13th, Southern Swells are teaming up with the Mini Bar to celebrate spring. Now, Southern Swells Pilsner is back, and let me tell you what it's called in my best German. Das Leichteste, was wir haben? Now, my Google translator tells me that that means the lightest we have. Let's just simply simplify it and say the Pilsner is tapping at Southern Swells during the Spring Fest. There's also live music, some arts and crafts with the Prickly Pear, and Four Rivers Barbecue are selling food. Now, the mini bar has kids activities like face painting and a bunny petting zoo, and the Easter Bunny will be walking around for photos. The Spring Fest takes place at Southern Swells on Saturday, April 13th from noon to 4 p.m. April 13th is a busy day, and it's also an important celebration for one of our local breweries. Bog Brewing in St. Augustine is having a birthday. Now, this local St. Augustine brewery is celebrating 3 years. That's a big achievement for any business, so congratulations.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Now, if you haven't been to Bog Brewing yet, make sure to stop by and wish them a happy birthday. They have some really good beers, so you won't regret it. On Saturday, April 13th, Bog Brewing celebrating with barbecue and special beer releases. Now, I told you Saturday, April 13th is a busy day. It's also the day for the 5th annual Intuition Disc Golf Tournament in Clutho Park. This is a fun tournament with 18 holes and a shotgun start at 10:30 a.m. At about 1 p.m., the whole gang is going to head over to Intuition Ale Works for the after party. That's the 5th annual Intuition Disc Golf Tournament on April 13th, starting at 10:30 a.m. in Clutho Park. That's it for this time. I'm just gonna finish my Juan Mas Chili Jesus from Evil Twin Brewing. My question to you is, do you have a recommendation for what I should drink next time? Do you have a craft beer that you're into right now? If so, well, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. Cheers. Day is observed every year on April 12th. Grilled cheese sandwiches are among one of the top comfort foods in the United States. The ancient Romans were the first civilization to make a cooked bread and cheese sandwich, but many cultures have their own version. In France, it's the croque monsieur, a grilled ham and cheese sandwich. In Switzerland, it's customary to melt the cheese and toast the bread separately before combining them. The American modern version of the grilled cheese sandwich originated in the 1920s, when inexpensive sliced bread and American cheese became easily available. Celebrate National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day on April 12th. Make your own or go to the Happy Grilled Cheese restaurant downtown and pick up a grilled cheese for $5. You can also track down the Happy Grilled Cheese food truck somewhere on Gate Parkway North, and they'll have $5 grilled cheese sandwiches too. What? You don't know about Happy Grilled Cheese? Well, watch this. Hey, it's Joe with I Know Jax, and I'm hanging out downtown at the Happy Grilled Cheese restaurant. You didn't know they had one? Yes, the famous Happy Grilled Cheese food truck has a restaurant as well. And I'm checking out some of their best food. These are the dishes you have to try. The Fancy Schmancy and the Daddy of the Mac. So Anthony, tell me how you got started with Happy Grilled Cheese.
The Happy Grilled Cheese started as a food truck concept. When I was trying to basically leave my corporate job, I was sitting there writing menus and kind of concepts for food trucks. I kind of noticed nationwide that the food truck thing was taking off about 5 years ago, and the Jacksonville laws were changing. So I was ready, as soon as they became legal, I kind of had a grilled cheese concept ready for a food truck, and then it just kind of went from there.
Why grilled cheese?
Just a universal appeal, to be honest. I just figured something you could eat morning, noon, and night, and it would appeal to someone from 9 years of age to 90. Everyone likes a grilled cheese. So we do serve a basic grilled cheese, just your classic, and then we all put a whole bunch of crazy ingredients in there from barbecued pulled pork, mac and cheese, any kind of meats or veggies you can think of. One of our biggest sellers is one called the Daddy of the Mac. That's one that starts off with our 4-cheese blend, and then it's got homemade mac and cheese, pulled pork, and sauteed onions all inside the grilled cheese. Another one we're going to show you today actually is one called the Fancy Schmancy. It's one that's got mozzarella cheese, goat cheese, bacon, sun-dried tomato, arugula, red onion, and a balsamic glaze. So that's kind of one that's a real popular one as well. We actually were doing a wedding a week before a big food truck rally. So we kind of needed a signature sandwich for the wedding party, because they kind of gave us a couple ingredient lists that they like. They like goat cheese and sun-dried tomatoes, so they asked us to do a sandwich with that. And then we also needed to enter a best sandwich for the competition the next week, so we figured that would be a good way to use those ingredients. And the last name of the wedding party happened to be Yancey, Y-A-N-C-Y, and entered it into the food truck championship here in Jacksonville, and we won best sandwich with it, and we named it the Fancy Schmancy and put it on the menu. Yeah, I mean, we even do a fun dessert melt that's served on a sweetbread. So we take a cinnamon sweetbread, toast it up real good, and we put marshmallow fluff, Ghirardelli chocolate sauce, milk chocolate crumbles, and also graham crackers in it. So it kind of tastes like a melted s'more.
Talk to me about something new for you guys here in the restaurant, salads, right?
Yeah, salads. So it doesn't have to be a cheat day anymore to eat at the Happy Grilled Cheese. You can eat here, without guilt. You can get, grilled cheese once a week, salads a couple times a week, and not break the diet at all. From here, I'd like to add, another food truck to the mix, just because that's obviously our customers on the food truck side of things in Jacksonville are great. I mean, they support the trucks. I want the next one to be more in a residential spot with full service. Seating, got a waitress and an accompanying cocktail menu with maybe some live entertainment. So I think that's my next step, go more residential, away from downtown, residential spot, and make it a party, a big grilled cheese party.
So besides the fancy schmancy and the daddy of the Mac, they also have salads and dessert sandwiches like the s'more sandwich. I'll see you guys at the Happy Grilled Cheese.
Say cheese!
That's it for this week's episode of I Know Jax. I'll be back next week with a new episode, but until then, I'll see you on the internet.